Where's everyone at? And wow,
15 eliminations, 6 points total, and like you said, 1 point from the qualifiers yesterday was enough to put you in. That's 6 times qualification potentially for Aiden already.
Can you see why we're talking so much about him? I'm sorry.
Here we go, game 3, day 2, week 8. The bus coming from the southeast corner, pushing across. It looks like a number of players potentially hitting Paradise and even the little Wild West town down there in the southeast corner. But a lot of players choosing to jump out and float to the north side. Lazy Links, Risky Reels, even Tomato Temple now that the temple has been built. Rest in peace, Tomato Town. A lot of these spots are pretty typically heavy in public matches, but we've said in the past, might not be the case this time around. But Aiden dropping Tilted, which it's looking like might be kind of a ghost town. He and Loomsy sharing this. Comes away with a hunting rifle to start and a full shield.
Tatlow is pushing for what could be his first elim of the game. We did see Payday had 0 building materials left, down to just maybe 5-6 hit points.
The sound cue
Tatlow
there.
should have this, right? He should have this. There you go.
And he does. Secures the elimination on Payday. Another controller player, just like a number of other players we've seen here. But that push on the outside, you could hear he was waiting for the dirt sound, the footsteps in the dirt. Definitely different from the wood panels on the floor on the inside. Sloth looking for shots down at the number of players in the residential side of Retail Row. Pretty common drop for a lot of players, home and native land here. But he's almost caught off guard with the shots up top, but returns fire almost instantly and lasers Ultra down from the top of that building.
And look at what he's got already.
The healing,
Chug Jug, minis.
Vlad and King B looking for an engagement here. Gets the shotgun shot off, goes through them, misses a shot on the way down, a second shot in midair.
Oh.
And that actually costs him the elimination on Vlad. It could have been his first one for the game, but Vlad eliminated himself.
King B only had about 1 clip left of bullets for that engagement. Might have worked out for him there. Sloth, who we just saw pick up 1 elim, a long drum gun fight, decides, hey, this is no longer, I'm no longer wanting to play this kind of 50-50. He'll reset. No!
Bandit catches him off guard.
Third-partied.
Potentially some accuracy issues in there at certain points. Do you think it's nerves? Do you think it's the rarity of the weapon, Jack? What causes that?
You can toss it up to a couple things.
Chimney Rock often, and then push into Salty, because there's a number of chests that drop there, and not very many players will land directly on Chimney and move into Salty. This here, Gorilla getting shots on Flower. 100 shield, 100 HP, not enough. Gorilla not even taking a point of damage there. Not got on in the past, something like this. But a cut over to Nazgul versus Bizzle. Bizzle, as we said before, very common to see him put up big numbers, and Nazgul catches the raw end of that long-range tack shotgun shot, gets the elimination. I'm back over here to Cease. What a spray down. Erico getting eliminated during an aggressive push up the ramp. Because it has the highest initial HP, starts at 110, which means out of the gate you place it in front of an opponent. You have just a little bit longer to put yourself in a better position. Dooley's shots from Lene, someone we kept our eyes on here, the accuracy. And he needed it, and he got it. Wow. See these drop downs. That is a very, that's a common tactic from competitive players. They'll put the walls during a fall.
Common tactic from top-level pro players. Yes. Not common from anybody else, as that's one of the tougher things to do in movement.
Pacifist catching Gorilla off guard there. Back over to Jake. This metal gonna come in handy with that high initial HP. Gets the shots and gets the elimination on Megalomaniac. They were stuck on top of each other, and Jake took advantage of it, even though he's at low resource. The low material count is kind of it's a cue for a lot of these players to either choose to push or maybe to back out. And
Crashy bouncing around, trying to chase his elim in the storm, and he's doing this. Oh my gosh, and you see the frustration. So here's why he does that. You're thinking, no, why are you pushing into the storm? Here's the look.
Loomsy versus Aiden, back and tilted. And Aiden actually gets caught off guard. Goes out game 3 with 0 elims. What you have to remember, folks, it doesn't really matter because he's guaranteed, I would say at this point, to make it all the way to the grand finals on Monday. I don't think we've seen any emotion from him thus far, win or lose, to be honest with you.
He showed more motion golfing to a golf hole that wasn't even there on the mini golf course. Then when he was eliminated there, shows his thought process.
Talking about earlier, Bandit, the most eliminations and not even alive anymore. Boyer now securing 3 eliminations, full HP, full shield, which puts him with +1 point based on elimination count, and he's the only other player right now with 3 or more.
outlet he wants to take, but Spade slowly dropping down, and no! No!
Spades.
No! Is that C9's Shizzy? Okay, that is. He's going to fall on down.
The fall damage and the shot from Kevy coming together and putting him in a pretty rough spot. Plus the zone's moving in, so he can't really take a breather right now. He does have 10 bandages, but he might not have time to use them.
Oh, that's not going to help either. Takes even more damage.
Kevy takes advantage of it, secures the elim. That puts Kevy here at 3 eliminations. That's plus 1 point. And he's sitting pretty with healing. He's got an excellent loadout. That's a gold AR, the drum gun, it's blue, and a purple heavy shotgun. A lot of players would kill to have that setup.
Oh, I think this is done for Asteria.
That looked like potentially a bad weapon swap in there. I think I saw the pickaxe come out immediately after the edit, and well, I would bet he's trying to go to a shotgun.
So you'll see so many times when players get in these little builds, they start breaking down every wall that's not theirs because they want to have the ability to edit whatever's around them. It's happening right there. We did just cut away, but that's exactly what the player on your screen is doing. It's because you want the ability to control whatever happens with those walls. Unfortunately for Asteria, he was in that 1-by-1, but the player who was pushing him got control of the wall, had the ability to edit it, and Asteria had no quick answer.
Bottom right there, third-party shots coming there from Lassie. It's an excellent position. Looking over Lazy Links on the map there for a second, you saw a lot of players getting pushed in there from the east and southeast side. Even Loot Lake right now is going to be, there's going to be a lot of action there. As you see here, we cut across here. Look at the number of players built up in basically little boxes around each other.
It's because he's trying to break through that wall because he's low on AR ammo. This is actually, well, you're going to see in a second who does lose this fight.
Vide versus Myth.
There goes TSM Myth to Vide.
Vide immediately got shot afterwards. I'll try and check to see if the elimination happened on him, but Myth is a name that we've been watching for to show up a little more often in the feed, and it hasn't happened too much yet, but these qualifiers aren't over yet. We've seen players come from even just the last game and drop a big elimination count, get high placement, and secure a spot in the grand finals in the final day.
Enigma just peeking from up top. Staying at this build. Again, you see these top players, they'll do this fall where they place the walls and the ramp to follow. Quickly disengages.
A minute and a half. The storm rotation happening now, Courage, and this is going to cause a lot of engagements to happen between these players. Darius getting caught off guard, actually catching an opponent off guard, gets cease on rotation. He was just kind of crouching in his box, waiting for movement from his opponent, and that's exactly how things played out. It's a very forward-thinking movement there. He didn't have to move early. He had enough buffer time against the storm, and the opponents that he was potentially captured in by, they had to move earlier. They were closer to the storm. He just had to wait.
Storm moving in, everyone having to react. Chuck Nasty staying alive, building 1-by-1s on the left side of your screen. You got Jay Cuddy still alive. We saw him get cut down last game with that shotgun as Kuptra trying to force the engagement. That was down onto Rex to earn their spots in that grand final.
You see movements like that, the FPS flips the ramp orientation in order to put himself in a position where he can peek shoot over the top of those. He could have backed up the ramp and potentially had an angle, but changing the direction of the ramp is key. And you see a lot of players just flipping those super fast. The left side of the screen, the density of the players is this final circle closing before the movement starts. 26 remaining, and the FPS, the only player with 5 eliminations. That's 2 points for him secured right now, which is huge. And he's trying to stay above his opponents. Don't burn too many materials, though, in my opinion, because a rotation may happen for you as well soon.
Yeah.
And unless you catch somebody moving and can get their materials, whatever they drop, which may not be a lot, you're maybe burning through your own defenses too quickly.
There are currently 3 players at 4 elims, needing just 1 more to get that extra point.
There's one.
There's one of them.
Lassie secures his 5th elim, gives him 2 points. We shouldn't feel too bad about that, though. He had a point of his own. I believe that he had 3 eliminations before that. We have Saint there, top of the tower. He's got 2 players below him. Kuptra, who actually earlier we cut to him, hit a pretty good snipe. He had another player underneath him, Tendons. Both waiting, kind of biding their time for rotation as the circle. This isn't terrible, but the players at the top of the mountain, they're going to have to move in a little bit. This is the structure in your top right that you see all 3 of these players. As Saints looking down, trying to catch somebody on rotation. This is last, just pushing the side of his elimination just before which.
This is how Lassie's got to 4. Jeez, an entire AR clip with that little ammo. There you go.
Catches Ash on the out. What's the play here, Jack? How do you wait? You have 14 seconds before you have to move.
Ooh. The wall goes down just as the rocket connects, and look at Severi's health now. 14 HP. Edit comes in. He's just going to have to go for it. I don't think he has time to heal. Marksman's still alive. There's another rocket. That was a Marksman in the frustration as he rips off the headset. Here you go. Everyone moving in. Marksman getting cut down. He'll place the bounce pad to try to move on through. Everyone's got eyes on him. There he goes.
Seventh elimination for Lassie at 3 points.
He's done his job. He's done his job. Even if he drops now, he's done his job. He made it in the top 10. He got the 7 limbs, and there's the people now dropping to the zone. Can Cuddy make it on through? I believe he will.
There's 3 players left. Saint still alive here, very high up, but look at his ammo. Courage, look at his ammo. 4 small shots and 7 shots. You're running on nothing, Saint. He might have to switch and pickaxe somebody to try and win this thing if he's not lucky.
Imagine if he actually won with a pickaxe. I'd be done.
There's no bonus points for that, folks, but I feel like there should be.
Someone get on it. Someone get on it. Oh, that's the awkward thing. It's not even like he can hope for the 3 limbs. Here's Tendons with 0. So basically just playing for placement. He's already earned himself 2 points just by surviving to top 3. He's low on ammo too. He's not got a lot to work with either.
Shots from Tendons burning through potentially what he has left. He and Saints both in bad positions for ammo, like you said, and the next rotation is happening. This looks like it might be a push up the hill. He might not be worried about the next zone. He might be going for an Elim here to get that, try and push himself to second and maybe a win. Gets the shot, Tendons gets it. And Saint with basically nothing left. He had 5 shotguns.
This is his perspective. He hears them fighting. He hears, damage being traded. Okay. Doesn't get that a limit. Would have been nice because it would have actually put him at 3, but in the end, where is everyone at? I'm assuming Aiden's still up top, yes, but he's at 6 points. Boyer's right there with him, and he's actually jumped to 13 limbs to this point as well.
Boyer's somebody we actually haven't touched on too much before this. I did not even realize in the feed he's been racking up elims. He's at 13 of his own, tied for 6 total points, and he's not the only one. Linane, 33 advance, and we have 1 game remaining. Everybody is still eligible. Anybody could advance here, and it's going to be impressive to see who's going to show up this last game.